Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Knucklehead Podcast. I'm your co-host, Quan. We have an exciting episode today. We have our own homegrown Tampa Floridian, Zack Carter, stopping by the podcast today. We're going to step into the world of sports. We're going to talk a little bit about financial literacy. We're going to talk a little bit about lifestyle. Stay tuned.
Hey, how is everyone doing? This is the Knucklehead Podcast, where we actually step in and take the 99 percenters and jump into that 1% and expand it to 2, 3, 4, or 5%. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we can make a difference if we help every last person. I am Malcolm, your co-host, and I'm with my co-host,
Quan.
and we have a special guest.
Zack Carter.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for stopping by, man. We appreciate you taking the time. I know you're pretty busy.
Yes, sir.
Zack,
Appreciate y'all.
introduce yourself, man. Tell us about you.
Well, Zack Carter, man. I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Born and raised. You know, I got a lot of love for my city. You know, a lot of people ask, where you from in Florida? Most people say, most people know Miami,
Right.
Orlando, you know, the big ones. I'm like, I'm from Tampa. And I say it with pride. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I got love for my city, man. Born and raised here. You know, I was raised with both parents, great parents. Got an older brother. He lives in LA. He played football as well back in the day. My parents growing up, they had me playing baseball, basketball, all the sports. They had us active in a lot of stuff. They had us playing piano, playing trombone, like different instruments, just a lot of stuff, man. They had us in a lot of stuff. And then, you know, I ended up choosing football, you know, for like my career path. I fell in love with the game. Sometimes I think back, I'm like, dang, I wish I would have stuck with baseball, you know, just because, you know, football hurt, man. It hurts your body. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I've had a good life. You know, I've been blessed, man, tremendously. So I'm just happy to be here and, you know, share some stuff with you guys today.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So with all the sports, are you equally good in each one, or football is your main thing?
Nah,
And don't, you can tell us the truth. You
if
can
you
tell us.
If you ask my guys, they be hating on me a little bit, like, cause I hooped in high school. I hooped.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I went to Hillsborough High School right here in Tampa. First high school ever built in Tampa.
Wow.
So the oldest high school. I was playing football mainly, but the guys convinced me to, like, bro, you still gotta hoop with us, you know, and like these my brothers. So I'm like, you know, I hoop. And then bro, I'm telling you, I was probably, if I wasn't the best, I was at least the second best on the team.
Okay.
So I was very good at basketball. You know, everybody say, well, you were just bigger than everybody. But like, I know a lot of guys that were just big in high school, but you got to have the skill too.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? So I was very talented in basketball. I was really talented in baseball, but I had to give that up when I started playing AAU basketball. And then once I started getting to football, I could only play 2. It's hard to play 3 sports. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I say I was talented.
Okay.
I say that.
Okay. I ask that because every time I talk to someone and they're doing one sport, I'm like, what other sport were you good at? They was like, oh, I'm good at everything. I'm like, so we go play ping pong. You the man.
Nah, I tell you, I'm not good at ping pong. We used to play ping pong, and when I was playing in Cincinnati, they had ping pong tables all over the locker room. I never won. The boys used to play all day.
Wow.
They'll stay hours playing, and I'm like, y'all got that, you know.
Yeah.
For real. What in high school and obviously going into college, I know you said you had both parents, but outside of the household, who was that, like, those individuals that were inspirations in your life that held you accountable, that when your parents weren't there, you know how some parents, the neighbor will whoop you.
Well, man, really, you know, growing up with my big brother, I feel like my big brother, because, you know, my parents were gone and stuff. They were at work, you know what I'm saying? And he would always be there, like, all those long summers. He the one watching after me. Or if I go to summer camp, if not, I'm with my big brother. And my big brother really taught me everything I know. You know, like, he kind of helped me grow into the man I am today. And I'm really appreciative of him. You know, we used to fight a lot, all that stuff. Obviously, you don't agree. You don't agree with your siblings all the time. But, like, looking back at it, I'm like, dang, my brother really took me under his wing, like taught me everything I know. He was like one of the big ones, and then I say like I had like some mentors, outside of my parents, and then just I had a solid church family growing up as well too. So I mean, they say it takes a village, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I had like a great village around me, like my whole childhood really. So it really helped me tremendously.
Okay.
Nah.
Go ahead, man.
So I mean,
I'm already excited.
yeah, that's dope. I mean, because it sounds like without that community support, you feel like you may not have gotten to where you're at now. Like that was a huge impact on your life.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
So okay, diving to your career a little bit more. I know you spoke about Cincinnati, but let's go back. I mean, you are a Florida graduate. Let's talk about that. And y'all just won the championship, NCAA championship,
Man,
right?
I was so hyped.
Yeah.
I was so hyped to see that.
Yeah.
Man. I'm telling you, I've been waiting for a championship, whether football, basketball, because Florida wins and we win, and a lot of people don't know because football and basketball are like the main sports, but like we really like good in every sport, like
Wow.
tennis, gymnastics, lacrosse, like we win championships and everything.
Yeah.
But we finally won one in a big one.
Right.
I
That
was
counted. That's
yeah.
dope. So,
I
what
was
was your
happy about
experience like, and how did you end up there?
Okay, so I'll take you through my recruiting process
Okay.
coming out of high school. So coming out, I started getting offered from like all the schools in the country. Growing up, Florida was really my dream school. And my mom's from Louisiana. So she's from Baton Rouge actually, where LSU is.
Right.
So a lot of my family were like LSU fans and stuff like that. So they used to make us wear like LSU shirts and they used to buy a bunch of LSU stuff. So that was cool. So I like LSU as well. But then like when Tim Tebow and
them boys
came to Florida and then they had that whole squad, it was kind of like that was a big thing for me. Like I never forgot that. And when it came time for like my recruitment process, Florida was always just in my head. Like I want to be a Gator. I want to be a Gator. And then kind of like when I finally got offered by them, when I went up to the school one day, I was ready to commit on the spot. To be honest, like it was like my dream school. So I'm like, man, like, so I say like my recruiting process, I didn't really enjoy it how I could have because I was so locked in on University of Florida. Like most guys, like you're gonna take all your visits, you go on official visits and stuff like that. So I only took one official visit or two. I took one here to USF actually, which was kind of like I don't know why I took an official visit in my hometown,
Right.
but I did,
Yeah.
and then at the University of Florida. So I just always wanted to be a Gator, and then when I got the opportunity, I was like, it was nothing stopping me from being a Gator. So my parents wanted me to go to Clemson, in South Carolina, but I didn't really want to do that just because I felt like I knew what was best for me.
Right.
So, I mean, it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me, going to Florida.
Yeah.
I say, man, it's going from here and going to a university like that was like a big culture shock for me. Like I had to learn how to you going from playing in the locker room with high school guys and then you get in the new locker room and you in the locker room with grown men, kind of like it's fifth year seniors and stuff. So that was like a big adjustment period
Culture
for
shock,
me, culture shock. And I learned a lot. That was probably like my biggest like learning stage, and like I really had to like grow and find myself when I got to college. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But like it was so many memories I made and just good friendships I made along the way in college. Like we had some solid guys on the team, man. And one thing you don't realize, like when you're playing, like you take it for granted. And now that I'm in the NFL, I'm on the phone with my boys all the time. We talking about like memories we had back in college and stuff like that. So it's one of those things I tell people all the time. It's cliche, but you can't take those moments for granted. Like college probably is like the best years of your life, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know?
So speaking about college, what do you take on these new NIL deals and everything? Like, what's your is it a good thing for the league? Is it a bad thing? Because I hear so many different perspectives.
I ain't gonna lie. One, I gotta start off by saying I'm hating on I'm hating on all the college athletes, man. Cause like these cats getting money, like
Yeah,
they getting real money.
yeah.
Like you're not walking into they walking into six figures at 17, 18 years old, like
Hmm.
earlier than the NFL now. So it's like, man, like
Right.
it's crazy. I think yes, I was one of the guys. Like when I was in school, I'm like, yeah, we deserve to get paid.
Hmm.
I feel like it's a job. Like especially in the college level, NFL is kind of similar.
Hmm.
Like college kind of worse because you got school too. You doing
Right.
everything you do in the NFL on top of school. So
Right.
it really is a job.
Yeah.
So I think the guys deserve to get paid,
Hmm.
but I feel like it's kind of getting out of hand the
Yeah.
way it's going now because it's no cap on it right now.
Hmm.
So one guy could get 8 million, 10, like that's an insane amount of money
Right.
you giving to college freshmen
Hmm.
coming into school. So yes, I do believe athletes should get paid, but I feel like eventually they're gonna have to put a cap on it.
Mm.
And I feel like
100%.
they have to put more financial literacy classes in place in these universities because
100%. Yeah.
guys are getting this money and the first thing they're doing is going to buy a Lamborghini or
Hmm.
going to buy $100,000 chain and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like I'm all for it, but I feel like we got to eventually like help these young athletes like figure out, like they need to invest, like buy a property, like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Set your
You know
money
what
up to
I'm saying?
last.
Like set it up to last. Like
Yeah.
that's what but I'm happy for the guys like
Yeah.
getting paid. So
But I appreciate that because that's kind of what kind of gave us this inspiration to do a podcast. We want to have these conversations. But to your point, if you like you said, if you're a 16, 18-year-old kid,
right,
you getting this $1 million check and you never came from money, you don't know what to do with that. Like you said, the
exactly,
first thing will be like, let me get that initial gratification. Let me go buy the Lambo, the Porsche. But
right,
then after that, you don't realize that, man, that has depreciation. As soon as you take it off the lot, you already lost half the worth of the car.
exactly.
So yeah, that's a big point. Definitely, I agree.
No, 100%. I was listening to what you were saying. I was also thinking, I know they have like certain committees like for NIL.
Yep.
But on the other end, what if they had something, and this is just me throwing it out there, what if they had something where in order to get an NIL deal, you got to have someone connected to it. You got to have a manager or something, something where it
Right.
can be someone is there to guide you the correct way. Because like you're saying, I'm seeing kids with the chains. Like I'm like, bro, like I was just happy with the little rope from Banter.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I will say is the good thing about it, is, and I want your take on this, because you made the transitions at all levels of football. So how does that work? If you were coming into your NFL career, right? Let's say you're coming in as a rookie, you already signed a 6-figure deal.
See, I'm
So,
glad.
so now
Yeah.
you coming into the league, it's the conversation got to be different because now you're not hungry, right?
Yeah.
So to speak, you're not desperate for a check. So now that gives you a lot more leverage, which people don't consider as well.
I'm glad you asked me that because I've had this conversation with a lot of people.
Hmm.
Like, it's kind of like, okay, you get everything. Well, it used to be you working your butt off to get to the next level, which is the NFL.
Yeah.
Because when you get there, that's when the money comes, and
Hmm.
so now it's like, okay, so if you're getting all of this stuff in college now, what do you have to look forward to, like once you get to the NFL? Like,
Hmm.
so it's like taking like a lot of the hunger away from guys. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I already got a Lamborghini. I'm in college, so
Right. What can you really tell me at
like
this
I
time?
don't. I mean, if I get to the NFL, cool. If not, like I'm set. I mean, obviously, it's not gonna have the funds to like sustain that lifestyle forever.
Correct. Right.
So that's the big thing. But you know, like it's good. It's good. It's guys with good mindsets and bad mindsets when it
Correct.
comes to this. So
Correct.
I'm not gonna sit here and say like every college athlete thinks like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
know with some guys that they might be millionaires right now in college, but they want more. for themselves. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? So I just think it all depends on your mindset, and guys got to have the mindset that this is just the beginning of the journey. It's not the end. So I don't want guys to just come into college thinking like this is the end of my journey. No, this is the beginning of the journey. You still got a whole career left for you in the NFL, which is, you know, where you can make even more money for yourself. So
Absolutely. Do you feel with NIL and the I'm trying to say the portal,
yep,
that's like I feel like it's watering down college because individuals can say, "Oh well, I'm gonna leave because you're not offering me enough. I'm gonna go here." So it's just like another business in a way. Like
it is.
like the NIL and the portal is like a business.
Yeah, the portal was around when I was in college, and they started to change the rules towards the end of my career where you could, like, it used to make people think twice because you back in the day when you transfer, you had to sit out
Sit out a year,
like
right?
a year or
Yeah.
two, depending if you're transferring in the same conference or not.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could just transfer and go to
School right down
you
the
could go
street
from
or rival
you could
school.
go from Florida to LSU or Florida to Alabama, like same conference, and you don't have to miss any time. So it kind of does like it changes a lot within the game, and it is watering it down, you know.
Mhm.
So eventually, like I said, they're gonna have to like with the NIL, they're gonna have to put some caps on it, and then I even feel like with the transfer portal, like I feel like they should kind of like change it to how it used to be. Like at least make guys wait a
Think
year,
about it.
like you know, something like that.
Mm.
So not make guys eager to go hop in the portal so fast just because like, oh, I'm not starting, so I'm gonna go hop in the portal. Like no, like a lot of people. Well, I'm gonna get into it obviously later in the interview, but I had to wait 3 years to get my opportunity at the University of Florida.
Wow.
And I did think about transferring. I almost transferred back home to USF, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get what I deserve, and I'm gonna stick it out, and you know, it ended up working out for me. But obviously, all guys don't think like that. But I feel like changing things back to how it would, you know, make guys grind for it a little harder. You know.
So with that mindset, like walk us through that. Where were you mentally when you were like, dang, should I transfer? Should I not? Also, I know it was at one point in time you're like, maybe I should jump into the draft, but you kind of held off and you just waited a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Like it had to be like a mental toughness in order to do that. How did you build that? What does that look like?
Man, I mean, I was relying on my parents heavy, like during these times, and they always giving me like encouragement and stuff like that. You know, they have strong faith and stuff, so they always used to tell me to like, you know, trust God and just keep working, keep the faith, keep my head down, stuff like that. And it was tough for me, you know, like because I redshirted my freshman year, and then so I was a redshirt freshman. And then I didn't play. I really didn't play my second year either. So I'm like, man, like, am I good enough to play at Florida? Like, you know, you start questioning yourself a little bit. And then my third year come, and I'm doing everything to get on the field. And I'll never forget, I made one mistake against Kentucky in the first game of the season, and coach wasn't really messing with me the rest of the year. So I wasn't prepared for that opportunity. So then I'm like, okay, like I gotta get it right. So it definitely was like mental, like you gotta have mental toughness in this game. Like I thought it was cliche at first too. Like everybody says like the game is 90% mental, but it really is 90% mental because a lot like we're all skilled. Like guys been training since they were kids, like been playing football since they were kids, but everybody doesn't have the same mental capacity when it comes to this. And I feel like that's what separates you at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. That's amazing, man. And I think like what makes this interview so impactful is that, you know, we don't really get to hear that side of the game, right? We hear about the big numbers, big contracts, the big school commitments, but we don't hear about like the mental capacity of the game. To your point, like it's 90% of that. Like for 3 years, and then you were in this limbo place. Like, do I just declare for the draft? Like, why would I stay here? You know, this is not really benefiting me. So I commend you on that 100%.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this, man, because I always wanted to know. I played a little high school football. You know, I threw my way a little bit. How was it like getting your name called, man, when you finally got drafted? What was that feeling like?
Man, that feeling. I was waiting for that feeling. I didn't know what it was gonna feel like.
Yeah.
Like I always wanted that feeling as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? It was just that was the best moment of my life. You know, looking back at it, I had my family,
Yeah.
friends around. Like I got the phone call that same night. I was actually I had I had a party at my house, like a small gathering at the house, and I had everybody waiting in the living room. And I went in the third round. So that's day 2 on the drive, and I was pick number 95. So it was only about 8 more picks that night. So like it kind of got down. Like I was starting to get like nervous and
Yeah.
anxious, so I had to like remove myself from everybody that night because I'm like, man, it's only 8 picks left. Like, am I gonna get picked tonight? Like, I had all these people come over here for no reason. Like,
Right.
kind of embarrassing, you know.
Right.
And
No, I feel you.
like my brother came in there to comfort me, and then my mom came in there to comfort me. I was actually on the phone with my brother because he lives in Los Angeles. So I was on the phone with him. He was just like telling me it's gonna work out. And then once I finally got that call, I'm like, man, like it's really happened. And then I just remember that night. Like after that, like after you get that call, like everything just happened so fast. Like
Yeah.
life just changed immediately. Like
Mm.
you just I don't know. It's crazy, man. Like for real.
Wow. That's
So who
that's
the first person you hugged?
Mom,
I knew
for
it.
sure.
I knew it. I knew it. I
Then
knew it.
dad, you know, and then everybody else. But
yeah.
yeah, man, I'll never forget that night. Best night of my life for sure.
That's super dope, man.
Going now you're in the league. You get the call. You doing training and those things, right? You go your first year, your second year, but then you hit another adversity, right? Your year 3
Yep.
is where you just it was like a test and seeing if, hey, am I ready for this?
Yeah.
One, you Cincinnati,
Yep.
they had to let you go. Then you went to the Raiders. You were on the practice team and you
Yep.
worked your way up. Like, bro, how how in the world did you stay strong? I know it's mental toughness and is faith and those things, but it had to be other things that kind of stuck with you.
Man, it goes back to like, you know, college days, like I'm telling myself like it's like Zach, you've been here before.
Mhm.
Like, you know, you've been through obviously that was like once you get to the NFL, it's kind of like it's more magnified. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like when I got released from Cincinnati, you know, it hits the news, it hits the everywhere online, like stuff like that. Like it's more of a big deal. So it cut me a little more deep. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like I was going through it like for a few days, and like you know, I really had to pull myself together because I'm like, it's not over at all. Like it's far from over. Like obviously, like when things happen, you don't really see what God trying to do for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just really had to like lock myself back in, like, and I had like a week to get myself together. You know, like my agent was making calls and waiting to see like what was gonna happen next for me. So like I said, like my support system always been there for me. So like my family, you know, even like my friends, everybody supporting me. Like I feel like having that support system is big, man. Like
Yeah.
for any athlete, even not athlete, just whoever you are, like whatever you're doing in your career, like just having that support system from your family, friends, like you got to keep people around you that is gonna keep you lifted. Like
I got your
if
best
it's
interest.
got your best
For
interest,
sure.
because if not, like it's no need for them to be around. And like even like just you know, having the courage to go to a new team, it was tough for me because like obviously Cincinnati, they offered to bring me back on the practice squad. They were like, when they released me, they were like, but we want to bring you back on the practice squad and stuff. But like I felt like my pride. I was like, you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, it's already been announced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I feel like I said I know I'm better than this. So like I'm gonna go, try somewhere else.
Yeah,
And
bet on
then
myself.
bet on myself. That's really what it was.
Yeah.
Just betting on myself. And then, when I got to Las Vegas, I was like, you know what, it was really like that. It's that do or die point, in your career. Like I'm like, I gotta make some shake this year.
Right.
I like, I might not be able to strap it up no more in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That might be a little dramatic because it was only my third year, and they, depending on where you're drafted, they give guys shots in the league. Like
Wow.
the higher you're drafted, the more chances you usually get. Like first round guys, they get a lot of chances. The higher you're drafted, you get chances. But like I was like, I'm gonna use this opportunity, like show the world like who I really am.
I belong here.
So, when I was fighting for my life on the practice squad, and then I finally they made me active and stuff like that. I was like, I'm gonna do everything in my power to show them like y'all gotta bring me back next year. Like, I belong. So yeah, man, that was definitely rough time for me. But
I mean, you did it though, because shoot, think about it. You came back in 16 starts.
Yep.
Like you did your thing.
Yep.
So you proved them right. So you proved them right.
Yeah.
Definitely got to commend you on that.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of people would have gave up. Just not even in football, like even in
just
life in
life in
general. We have so
general,
many people
Lose a
that
job.
just be like, "Yo, it is what it is. I don't
Yeah.
even want to do this no more."
Yeah.
A lot of people would give up. We know a few of them. You probably know some that is like,
Yeah.
"All right, bro, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go to Pizza Hut."
for sure.
I literally told myself like I started to question myself for real. I'm like, is this really for me? Like started to like doubt myself a little bit. Like, can I do this? Even though like I know I could do it, but
All the noise.
when you get out, you
100%.
can't let all the noise get in your head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
For sure. So let me ask you this. 2 questions I want to ask you. First, you mentioned like again how much you reiterate how much having that community really helped you, even in that moment when you transitioning from one team to another. Now, with that community, like you said, did you ever have to come to a point where maybe you had to cut certain people off? Because I would imagine, right, you coming up, from a middle class, you would say.
yeah.
So it's like this is like a drastic lifestyle change, right? You got drafted, you're in the league, and then like you said, people only see the big numbers. Oh, he
Right.
signed for this much is guaranteed. That's all they care about. They don't know about all the in and out. What a lot of people don't understand is a lot of times with these contracts, they're incentive based as well. So you got to hit certain milestones even to get that money that they announced, but they don't see that part. Plus, it's tax. They don't tell you that.
I would gotta educate people on the taxes. That's a big deal.
Oh, and you in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, ain't it?
Yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah. So that is that part. So dealing with that, like, how was it having those conversations with the family? Like, hey, listen, I can help you out here and there, but I can't take care of everybody. I got to make sure I'm secure and my family's taken care of.
I would say like I would say my family hasn't really given me like too much stress when it comes to like financials. Like my mom and dad, they're good. They're good on their own.
Yeah.
Like they've established a good life for themselves, and even my brother, he established a good life for themselves. Like obviously it's my family. Like I ride for my family. I take care of them. I try to give them everything I got if they need it. But like they've never really like needed much from me.
Oh yeah.
I say I have friends here and there that'll be like, they might feel a little entitlement, like, like, well, you got this amount of money, like, well, you can help me with this and that. And I'm like, nah, I don't.
That's not how it work like that.
It don't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, sir.
But I'm actually blessed. Like, I haven't really experienced like anything crazy when it comes to financial, like, like family blowing me up for thousands of dollars, or like even friends, like, here and there, like somebody might reach out, like they need it, but like for me, the big thing is like, like just let it be for like good reason. You know what I'm saying?
But if you're gonna call me, don't call me for nonsense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yes, sir.
It's for good reason. But I say for the most part, like I got solid friends and family, so it hasn't really been much of a burden for me in that aspect. But I know for some guys it definitely is. Everybody come from different situations.
Right. I was about to say that. Yeah.
But I've been good in that avenue though.
That's amazing. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I know that's a lot. That's a big challenge. Even like when
It
you are a
is.
high school athlete, if you like that guy for your family and maybe for the town,
Right.
you got all this pressure now. They like,
Right.
man, he the ticket. Like we gotta make he gonna take
Right.
it to the promised land. So then
Right.
when you get there,
Yeah.
they're like, remember when you slept on my couch when you was 12? He was like,
Right.
dude, what
Yeah.
you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
come on now, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
How do you equate that to a dollar sign?
Yeah,
Like,
for
you
real.
know what I mean?
Remember I gave you the food and lunch?
Yeah, right. You get them kind of conversations. It's crazy.
We're like, bro, here's
It
25. Here's 25 cents, bro.
happened.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, you want the nuggets back here,
Yeah,
man. Let's
right.
go to
Like, come on,
McDonald's real
man.
quick.
Nah, it happened. But I say another big thing though, like you can't once you once you reach a certain status, I feel like you have to kind of like you can't let certain people still have access to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not even saying it like in a bad way, because like I'm a social guy, I'm a
Mhm.
loving guy, like I'm a community guy, but like people that maybe we were like tight in middle school, but we haven't talked in years. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's nothing against you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like it's just like I just start to you kind of start to
You
remove
outgrow.
yourself, like
Yeah, you outgrow
outgrow
certain situations.
certain situations. So
100%.
it's not even like it's no bad blood or no
Hmm.
love, like
You just at a different point in your life.
different points in your life. And
Yeah.
I've had people I've been cool with, like I was cool with in college and
Mhm.
stuff like that too. Like
Yeah.
you kind of just outgrow, and it's no hate at
Right.
all. Like
Right.
I still got love for my boys and
Mm.
whoever we was locked in with, but sometimes you just gotta, rise above,
For sure.
So
Speaking of community, man, you just did an event, give back to back to
Great,
paper,
man.
back to
Yeah.
school. So want to commend you on that.
yes, sir.
And we were talking offline where you do a lot of things you do is more so for your community, for the kids. Being that role model and being out and about, do you feel the pressure that you have to carry yourself a certain way, especially when the kids are watching and those things? Do you feel like you have that pressure on you, or are you more like this just who I am?
I feel like it's definitely who I am, just the way I was raised and stuff, like always giving back and big on community. Like my parents always were big on community and service, especially my mom, like giving back because she's a AKA, so they always doing like stuff in the
Yeah,
community,
Divine Nine, baby.
stuff like that. Even my
Hmm.
dad, he's a Omega, so I just always seen it growing up, so it's kind of a part of me, you know what I'm saying? But like I also say like, I just wanna help the community as
Hmm.
much as I can. Like growing up, I used to see guys giving back to the community and things like that. And you don't as a kid, you don't remember everything, but
Right.
you always impacted somehow by like, and kids these days, a lot of kids want to be professional athletes, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like it's no better way as a professional athlete to like try to do things like camps for the kids
Hmm.
and back to school drives and things like that. I just try to give as much as I can. And it's like my second year doing something. Last year did a football camp, but
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to keep growing with it, because I'm
Yeah.
still young. I'm 26 years old, so I'm trying to be able to do things like this in the
Right.
Temple community for a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Commend
good.
you.
Yeah,
Commend you.
for sure. And I think
Definitely.
it's needed too. And I think what made I came to the event, we both did. And I think what was the biggest thing that I saw that was like astonishing was like when the kids was able to get access to you, like really
Right.
talk to you. They were like, yo, like he really played professional football. And I'm
Right.
actually talking to him. Like you could just see the light in their eyes, like, wow, like
Right.
they just like really tapped into, whatever that message you may have been giving them. I think they really appreciate it. And I think if we do more of that, like it definitely changes and like you said, impact. You, as a kid, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people we came across in life that had some type of influence, but it's the fact that we was able to see it, we was able to
Right.
access it, touch it, and that might draw something within ourselves to achieve more too. So man, I definitely commend you. It's definitely needed.
Absolutely. You, I have something I want to know. Floater Entertainment. Tell
Oh
me about
man,
it.
that boy been doing his
Hey
research.
man, I'm trying to tell you, we're working over here.
Florida Entertainment. Okay, so my guys got together. Malik Davis, he played at Florida with me in the NFL as well. A couple of my other friends, and then obviously we got a couple of our artists. One of them name is For Lil Ken. He's from Tampa. All our guys from Tampa, and then one of them plays football at Arkansas. JY, his name, he go by JY to Florida, but he's from Tampa as well. So, you know, we just got together one day, like, and both of those guys are talented, like musically, and they young too. So the boys are like, we think we should start like a movement, like a music group. And I'm like, we could do it. Like, I feel like we had the platform, being in the NFL. We got the platform, we got the following. We got some funds to push it. Those are like some of the big things. So we actually just started the movement like 4 months ago, and we're up to almost like 400 something followers on Instagram. Like, it's been building slowly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the biggest thing with music is just continuing to put it in people's face, and then I feel like the marketing is big, but we're we're doing this all like from the ground, like independent, like just with the guys, and I feel like it's been going great so far. A lot of times it's hard to do business like with your best friends and like close friends, you know what I'm saying? But like we've been making it work. I feel like we got a lot of potential as a group. So it's been going good though. We actually we got music out on Apple Music. We have a YouTube channel called Floaters World. So, we just taking it one day at a time, but we just trying to grow it, get some eyes on it in the city. But it's been going good for us.
Okay, definitely. I'm definitely gonna subscribe.
Yeah,
Make sure I
subscribe to
subscribe.
Floaters World. We got an Instagram page called Floaters World. So, anybody watching, make sure
we'll
y'all
put the link in here in this video for sure.
make sure y'all subscribe.
For sure. So,
Yep.
Oh, perfect. So, last question I kind of asked you, because I know we're going into this literacy space for up and coming athlete, right? That's transitioning from college to the professional. What were 3 tips you would recommend for them? Going in, as far as from the finance part, because like you said, you get all this money when you get drafted. A lot of times, statistically, it's proven that after 3 or 5 years, most NFL players either broke, bankrupt, or they not living comfortably as they should based off of what they were making at one point in time. So, what would you say were the 3 tidbits you would give to someone coming into this NFL, this league, right? Because once you get in the Shield, it's a brotherhood, but there's a business aspect with it.
Facts.
He just hit you with the make it make sense section.
Yes, sir.
That's the make it make sense session.
Yes, sir.
Number one, and this probably the biggest one. Make a budget and stay on it. But you have to make a budget. Making a budget. Okay, so the way the NFL works, you get paid 36 weeks throughout the year. Okay, so when you're getting paid throughout these 36 weeks, you have about 14 weeks, 16 weeks that you're not getting paid. So if you're not managing your money the right way, like the check during the season, checks coming in. And I really didn't understand it at first, but now that I'm actually in the league, like I could really see how guys go broke for real. Because it's like it's money coming in, but like once it stops coming in, that's where the issue comes. So, if you're not on your budget and money's just coming in, you might spend 20,000 this month, 30,000 this month, instead of staying like at a reasonable number. So you have to set a budget and you have to stay on it. That's number one, budgeting. And then for the second one, I'll say you can't take care of everybody. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about earlier, guys come from different situations. Some guys might have family members that are really struggling, or parents that are really struggling, and you want to help them as much as you can. But at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you're set up for the future, because obviously guys are planning on having families, future wives, future
Right.
kids.
Right.
You have to make sure that you can sustain financially for your future kids and your future family. So you just can't help everybody. Like you gotta
Right.
learn how to say no. Like some guys really can't say no. Like even and it might be hard, but even like mom, if mom calls you like, I really need $5,000 right now or something like that. Like it might be one of the hardest things in the world, but you just gotta say no sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
feel like that's a big one. And then the third one I'll say I don't want to say stay out the club, but like
Give it to us real. Holyfield.
I'll give it to you real. Like a lot of athletes, even myself, I found myself like early in my career spending a lot of money like in sections and partying. And I say this, like it adds up over time, like because you might go to Miami and spend 5,000 on a section one night, and then you might go to Houston and spend 10,000 on the weekend just for all the sessions. Like partying comes with a lot. Like
Yeah.
bottles, obviously, when you buy stuff like that in the store, like it's cheap. You could, I'm not gonna say cheap, but it's much more reasonable than buying it in a club. You go to a club, a bottle might be $800 instead of $80 like in the
Right.
store. So the
Right.
stuff starts to add up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just say, you know what I'm saying, like you find different hobbies. I don't know why, like I didn't even know, like I didn't understand it when I got in the league. Like guys love to when you're in the league and you got money, obviously you want to have different experiences. And
Yeah.
guys love to go party and club and things like that. You know, it's a part of the life, and I lived it a little bit, but I just feel like you can't overdo that because even looking back at my finances, like I feel like I spent a lot of money like just partying and stuff like that where I could have used that on a investment like
Right.
on a house or like just investing in other things. So like
Buying land. I know you said that
buying
earlier.
land, buying some, buying a lot or something like that. So
Right.
I just feel like, have fun, but know when
Moderation.
knowing too much is too much. You just gotta have fun in moderation. You can't overdo it. And guys try to keep up with other guys like the top dogs. You gotta know who you are and you gotta stay in your lane. Everybody's not making $100 million.
Break that down more because people will think that everybody everyone's making $100 million. Like that's not how
No,
it's built.
everybody's not making
Right.
$100 million. To be real, most guys in the NFL are on like 1 year deals and they're minimum deals. So you got guys that making $100 million, and then most of the league is just making $1 to $2 million a year. So you gotta know who you are, and you can't let like pressure of not looking cool and stuff like that just because you still wealthy. Like just because you don't have 100 million, you still wealthy. If
Right.
you know, so you just gotta know your place and stay in your
Know
lane.
your lane. Yeah. For
Try
sure.
to keep up with everybody,
Yeah.
the top dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an example of that in the NBA right now. He gambling and
Yeah,
he borrowing money. Oh,
yeah.
I think he owe his dentist, but we won't. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna say no names. But
For real
definitely
though,
want
that's
to
real.
say we appreciate you for coming on the Knucklehead
Yeah,
podcast.
man.
It's
We
an
gotta come out
honor.
there and come see you play, man. Catch a game.
Yeah, I got to, man.
I'm excited for your season
Y'all come up, man. I got y'all.
for sure.
I'm telling you,
Appreciate you.
got y'all.
Definitely.
So what are you looking for this season up and coming now, man? I know you went in training,
Oh yeah,
game time. What you looking for? You got a new quarterback, man. Talk to the people, man. They want to know what you looking forward to.
man. Look, personally, on a personal level, it's gonna be my best season by far. I'm gonna claim it. Like
Yeah,
I've
we
been putting
cooking
in the
that.
work. I've been putting in the work. I'm hungry. It's my 4th year, so I'm looking for a new contract, and I'm hungry. So I'm coming in to kill this year. And then as far as like as a team, as a collective, we had a great OTAs this off season. So
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna be good, man. Obviously we had a lot of changes and we added some new pieces to the puzzle.
Right.
I'm excited to see what Ashton Genty does. He was like a hot topic in college football last year. So we added in some new pieces, and Coach Pete, he bring in the energy every day. So I feel like it's gonna be a year, man. So
Mm.
I'm excited to see what we do. You know, and whatever I do, I'm gonna definitely put on for the city and represent.
I love that. Raider Nation. You heard it here. He coming to kill.
I'm coming to
He
kill.
got one.
I'm coming to kill.
Love that.
Personal. This is
Love it.
personal. A personal year.
Yep.
I love it, man. Any advice you would like to give those that's watching before we wrap it up? Any motivation, anything?
Motivation wise, man, I just say, man, just find your why, because if you're not doing whatever you're doing, if you're not doing it because you love to do it, and if you don't know why you're doing it, you're not gonna do it with the passion necessary to really to really fulfill your full potential. So just have a why for what you're doing. Like, I played a game of football for my legacy, and I just want to provide for my family, and that's my why. So I'm gonna put my all into it, and and I'm gonna play with a lot of passion this year. Like, just have passion for what you're doing and a why, and I feel like you'll find yourself where you want to be. I say that.
I love that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Malcolm, the co-host.
I'm Quan.
And we are here with Zack Carter, Raider Nation.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
we appreciate everyone for tuning in. This is Knucklehead Podcast, where we take the 99%ers, push them into the 1%ers, and make room for the 2, 3, 4, 5%. If we all win, who's losing? See you guys at the top.
Zack Carter here. Shout out to Knucklehead Podcast, man. I appreciate them having me out. Y'all go check out the channel. Let's go.